Hi, and welcome to Globe 10.0. Chad Finn, Tony Massarotti. Celtics lose Game 1 to the Heat, 99-90, but the big news here, Paul Pierce tossed in the third quarter. A lot of people thought the call was questionable. Certainly the announcers of the game did. What was your opinion?
Yeah, I thought the one he got tossed on was questionable. It seemed like there might have been a little bit of a headbutt there, and Pierce should be past this sort of thing at this point in his career.
Yeah, now look, the calls may have been questionable, Chad.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. We can debate those forever. But really what this comes down to is the quote-unquote leader of your team, and a veteran guy who's been around for a long time in what will be an emotional playoff series and some history with LeBron James, et cetera, et cetera. I'm talking Celtics James, not Pierce James. You can't allow that to happen. Absolutely cannot allow yourself to be put in a position where you're tossed from the game. Guys like Pierce are supposed to be leaders. They're not supposed to be getting chucked in the third quarter of Game 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah, and this is something that was a problem early in his career, and it seemed like he had overcome it, he had matured. And I think he probably has. It's just kind of a moment in that context where he just lost his mind, lost his temper. But what you wanted to see was this happening with the Heat. If you're a Celtics fan, you wanted to see LeBron being the one having the mental issue or whatever you want to call it. It's not something that drastic, but that kind of thing in the first game and getting that kind of advantage right away.
Now, I will give Pierce a little bit of latitude with regard to this one area. The Celtics were comatose through the majority of that game. If Pierce was in somehow trying to spark them emotionally or otherwise, or get them invested in it, I'm okay with that part of it. I just don't know that he did it the right way.
Yeah, the positive thing, if you want to look at it from a green and white color standpoint, is that he'll probably come back and play a pretty good game in Game 2. That kind of tends to be his habit, where if he has a bad game or if he has a situation where he's kind of lost his head a little bit, he tends to come back and play pretty well after that.
And actually, he was playing better in this one. Started off really poorly. His play picked up, and then obviously got tossed. If you want to know, last year, Celtics lost Game 1 to the Cavs, and they were down 2-1 after 3 games. A lot of people forget that. They came back and won that series, but these aren't the Cavs. LeBron James got a lot of help now, specifically Dwayne Wade.